had our doubts about Joe Biden's decision-making process, not just on the debacle in Afghanistan, but on everything since day one. So this further validates our concerns about the decision-making process that Joe Biden uses, and even more importantly, who's advising Joe Biden? Who does he take advice from? According to the generals and our leaders of the military, it's not them. So it's something that we should all be concerned about, and hopefully more answers will be coming very soon.
Yeah, let's hope. Just your take, it'll be my last question on this line, and I want to get to the spending, the overspending that Democrats are attempting to do. What really stood out for you? Because we heard so much. We heard contradictory numbers on how many Americans are left behind enemy lines still. We know that he was told to keep troops and he didn't. We know they didn't meet conditions. The Taliban did not meet conditions that President Trump set up, yet Biden didn't care and just kept pushing through with the evacuation. So what was the biggest crock of you-know-what that stood out to you today, James?
The whole thing was disgusting to me as a member of Congress who's a leader of the Oversight Committee trying to get answers as to what went wrong. We finally got testimony today, and I think we left those hearings today with more questions than answers. So the Biden administration's not out of the woods. They're going to have to do a lot more explaining, but it does appear that there's certainly a disconnect between Joe Biden and his military leaders, and that doesn't bode well when we've got problems brewing in Iran and Russia and China, Syria, Ukraine, all over the world right now. So it's just more to come that I think that the American people are going to be further frustrated with Joe Biden's lack of leadership.
Yeah, we demand answers is what we want, Congressman. Speaking of that, we want answers on where our money's going. Let's talk about the 3.5, I don't know, 3.2, 2.9. They keep changing the trillions on the reconciliation package and also on the infrastructure package, so I don't know where they're at now. I'm glad to see that a couple Democrats, in the Senate at least, like I think it's Sinema and Manchin, are pushing back on the high price tag, but there's been so much stuff come out about where this money's going that it just disgusts the heck out of me. Where are we in all of this between left and right and deciding how much of our money you guys are going to be spending? And I should say Democrats, because they're the ones pushing for this ridiculous spending package.
Well, hopefully the Democrats are going to fall flat on their face with this ridiculous, unnecessary spending. The numbers change every day, as you mentioned earlier. Right now, we know that there are at least 2 Democrat senators on record saying they can't support the price tag. But what we're hearing behind the scenes is there are probably 6 to 8 more moderate Democrats, many of whom are going to be up for re-election next year, who don't want to vote for it. Then you come over here in the House, and they're having a practical civil war right now between the socialist wing of the Democrat Party and the liberal wing of the Democrat Party. There are no moderates. Don't let anyone say there are moderate Democrats left in Congress. There aren't. It's between the very liberals and the full-blown socialists. So right now, I don't think we're anywhere near to getting this awful bill passed. So that's good news for America. Hopefully it can stay to where we don't think this bill is going to pass. But now Pelosi's been able to pull rabbits out of her hat before. But right now, I don't see how she's going to be able to get enough votes to pass this.